We are recording, y'all. All right, let's start off in child's pose. As you guys know, I like to start off in child's pose. It's just a way to kind of transition from where we were to where we're going. If you have not already muted your phones, please mute your phones, computers, or whatever background noise. Well, let's get going. So for child's pose, right, we're going to take our left knee to the left edge of our mat, right knee to the right edge of our mat. Your bottom may not touch your heels, right? And that's okay. Let's extend your hands wide, tree frog fingers wide, all the way to the edge of the top of your mat, allowing your forehead to hang heavy onto the mat. And just allow your chest to sink into the mat. Allow yourself to just be weightless, right? Allow your head to hang, your arms to be free, right? You should feel really comfortable in this posture. And it is okay if you sink into it. The idea for child's pose is to release, right? You're like a child, you have not a care in the world, and you're just allowing your mind to stop racing, allowing any thoughts, any concerns, any worries that may have been on your mind to just stop, right? Let's see if you can allow yourself a moment of self-care. Allow yourself a place, right, on your mat where you can just be. And see if you can just be here right now. When we do this type of yoga, we're doing a Vinyasa style yoga. Some of you guys may have done different styles. There's so many. But with Vinyasa style yoga, we are connecting the movement with the breath, right? And so you'll hear me cueing throughout the practice. Inhale and exhale really is just reminders to breathe, right? Because when you've lost the breath, you've kind of lost the practice, right? So if at any time at all, you find yourself laboring too much, your breath is kind of either fast or you've stopped breathing, right? You've held your breath. Maybe it's a time to just pause, right? And allow yourself to go into child's pose at any time during this practice, right? And you can always reconnect with the rest of us whenever your breath has steadied. So with that, let's begin Ujjayi Pranayama. It's a victorious breath that we breathe throughout this practice. And what you're going to do is you're going to breathe in through your nose to about 4 breaths, count of 4 breaths. 4 breaths. So inhale, breathing in to a count of 4. You'll see that recording's gotten me jacked up a little bit. Okay. Breathe in for a count of 4. Hold. And then breathe out for at least a count of 4. Breathe it in. Hold at the top and then breathe out. With Ujjayi Pranayama, you're going to breathe in through your nose, and they tell you to breathe out through your throat. Typically, when you're breathing out, you want your mouth to be closed. But if you need to open your mouth just to release that pressure, feel free to do so. So breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale everything that's good. Exhale any negativity. Breathe in everything that's wholesome. Breathe out anything that's not. Let's just continue to breathe just for a few more moments on your own. Allow your mind to quiet. Allow yourself to be ready. Allow yourself to be here right now. And on your next inhalation, see if you can feel all 10 fingers on the mat, allowing the heel of your hand to stay on the mat. The center of your palm should be hollow, almost like you could feel a little marble underneath there. Remember these fingers. Right? The tree frog fingers, the grip is important. On your next inhalation, see if you can lift your elbows up off the mat, right? Allowing your shoulders to kind of draw down. Okay? You don't want the shoulders up through your ears. It causes lots and lots of tension. So see if you can draw your shoulder blades down. And then on your next inhalation, see if you can push the mat, allowing your bottom to come closer to your heels. Your chest may lift off the mat, and that's okay. Let's continue to breathe. And then on your next inhalation, see if you can take your right hand and thread it through underneath your armpit towards the left. So your right hand underneath so that your right shoulder is resting on the mat. Your right cheek is resting on the mat. I'm turning away from you on the first one. Palm should be up. This will be a nice little stretch for your shoulder. Continuing to breathe. And now release that hand and bring it back to meet the left hand. Let's do that on the left side. You're going to take your left hand and thread it through underneath your armpit, right? Palms facing up. Left cheek is on the mat. Left shoulder is on the mat. Just to give yourself a little stretch. Reaching towards the right. And now allow your left hand to meet the right. Let's just come up to all fours. Okay? It's a little table position. Knees should be about hip width distance apart. Toenails are going to be on the mat. Remember those tree frog fingers that we talked about before. Just pushing the mat away. Okay? Belly is in, tailbone is dropped. Right? We don't have any arching of the back. Your back should be nice and straight. Let's take a deep breath in, and we're going to take the right foot and plant it between those two hands, right? You may have to help it a little bit, and that's okay, right? And if you have it meeting the hand, see if you can inch it just maybe 3 or 4 inches forward, okay? What we're going to do is we're going to do some just quick hip openers, right? So you may feel a little bit of stretch into your left hip flexor, but allow yourself to come a bit more forward. Just as far as your body says yes, your fingers are tented, right? To just get a nice stretch in that left hip. Take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, guide yourself back, okay? We're going to go into monkey pose, right? So you're just guiding yourself back, bringing your fingertips closer to your hips, and wherever it's comfortable for you, just stop there. Draw that right toe, right, these toes, towards your face. So you get a nice stretch on the back of your leg. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Let's bring the sole of your right foot forward. Dragon, tent those fingers. Bring your fingers to meet your toes. Just give that left hip just a nice stretch. Take a deep breath in. And then on the exhale, guide yourself back to monkey pose, okay? Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. And let's come back to all fours. We're going to do that on the other side, okay? So with your inhale, bring the sole of your left foot between your hands, right? Remember, we're going to guide it maybe 3 or 4 inches forward. Tented fingers come forward, right? You can see you're getting a nice hip flexor stretch on the right hip, right? And don't allow yourself to sink. It's easy to want to sink. Like I have hypermobility problems, and that's a bad thing, right? See if you can keep those fingers tented so that you're not leaning into or falling into that left leg, right? Let's draw those fingertips back. Toenails to face, right? Into monkey, right? Where we're gonna feel this, maybe mostly in your hamstring. You might feel a little bit in your calf. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Bring that ourselves forward for one last stretch on this side. So you'll feel it in your right hip flexor. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, draw yourself back to monkey. Let's come back to all fours. We're gonna take a couple of cats and cows. So with your inhale, bring your gaze up towards the ceiling. Your belly will drop. And then exhale, pushing the mat away. Bring your gaze between your knees. Okay, so you have nice arched spine, belly is drawn in. With your inhale, gaze is up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, gaze is between your knees. And let's come back to center. Let's tuck your toes under. And we're gonna go into our first downward facing dog. So pushing the mat away, we're gonna draw our knees up. We're gonna draw our heels towards the mat. It may or may not touch the mat, and that's okay. Feel free to adjust your down dog so that you have a nice inverted V. Belly is drawn in, okay? Draw your shoulders away, okay? So you're not kind of crunching in. Draw them away, pushing the mat away. Hips should be up really, really high. You may feel this in the back of your legs, right? And that's okay. And just begin pedaling the feet, okay? Walking it out, left to right. Maybe this is the first stretch of the day, okay? Maybe this is the 5th stretch of the day. It does not matter. You may not have taken down dog today, so this might feel really good. Let's all come to stillness. And then slowly walk your feet up towards to meet your hands, leaving your head hanging heavy. We're gonna take ragdoll. Feet should be about hip width distance apart. And you can feel free to either grab opposite elbows, okay? If you want a nice chest or heart opener, you can interlace your fingers behind you, just allowing your head to hang heavy. And then just start rocking from side to side. Maybe shaking your head, yes and no, just to release any tension in your neck. And remembering your breath, always coming back to your breath. Wherever your arms are, just release them down to the mat. Just toe heel your feet together. And then slowly, vertebra by vertebra, come all the way up to standing. Ah, yes, we are standing, ladies. Let's roll our shoulders up towards our ears and back. Let's do that one more time. Up towards our ears and back. We're gonna set an intention for our practice today. Don't be alarmed as I approach the camera. I just want to check the chat just in case anybody has any questions or concerns. All right. So let's all close our eyes. Let's bring our hands together at our heart center, and we'll set an intention for our practice today. It can be anything at all, right? Maybe it's something related to working out, maybe it's something related to this practice, right? Maybe you just want to get one more inch closer to whatever that pose is that you're working on. Maybe it has nothing to do with physical or yoga or anything at all. Maybe it has to do with you. Whatever the intention is, let it be beautiful. Let it be wonderful. Let it be that guiding star that can guide you through this practice today as you give yourself a moment of peace and as you open your heart. So let's all take a deep breath in. And slowly exhale it all out. Let's blink our eyes open. Release your hands down by your side. We're going to start with a few sun salutations. With your inhale, extend your arms up high, palms touch. Exhale, swan dive forward to a forward fold. I apologize in advance for my dog who may bark. With your inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Belly is drawn in, shoulders down. Exhale, palms down, step back into a plank, and then lower down. And this time we'll go all the way down to your belly. Elbows should be in tight to your rib cage, toenails on the mat. With your inhale, you can take cobra. You can take up dog, thighs down, or up dog, thighs off the mat. Those are your options. It's always yogi's choice. Exhale, let's lower down. Okay? With your inhale, you pick your version of cobra or up dog. Exhale, tuck your toes under, bend your knees, and come into downward facing dog. Okay? That is your easy down dog. Okay? You do not have to go that slowly. Let's all take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Drawing those shoulder blades in. Your elbows should almost feel like they want to look at each other, right? Strong arms, strong legs. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. And on your next inhale, bring your gaze forward to the top of the mat. Step forward to meet your hands. And with your inhale, halfway lift, flat back, lengthening your spine. Exhale, fold forward. With your inhale, reverse swan dive up, palms touch, and then exhale down to heart center. Okay, that is sun salutation A. We're going to take that again. We're going to do it one breath at a time. Okay, with your inhale, extend your arms up high. Exhale, fold it forward. With your inhale, halfway lift, lengthening your spine. Exhale, fold. Okay. With your inhale, extend up high one more time. And then exhale to your heart. Okay. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, fold. Bring your palms down. Step back. And lower down. And you can go to chaturanga if you want, a little push-up, or all the way to the mat. With your inhale, your version of up dog or cobra. Exhale, tuck your toes under, pushing the mat away into downward facing dog. Let's take a deep breath in. Exhale it all out. With your inhale, bring your gaze to the top of the mat. Step forward to meet your hands. And when you inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. All right, we're going to go into sun B. So we're going to bend your knees, drop your hips, and with your inhale, take chair, Utkatasana, chair pose. Okay, toes should be light off the mat. Okay, back should be straight. Take a look at y'all that are on the cameras. Okay, and you can take whatever length or depth of chair that you want, but you will feel it, right? You're going to feel it in your quads, right? Because if your toes are light off the mat, that means all the weight is in your heels. If you are here, see if for every inhale you can extend your arms a bit higher. You can keep your palms together or palms apart. Some people like trident arms, okay? It's yogi's choice, right? Still bringing that belly in, drawing that belly in. Your inhale, extend, right? And exhale, see if you can maybe sink just a little bit lower, even if it's only a centimeter, okay? I know your quads are probably screaming right now. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale, fold it forward. With your inhale, halfway lift, flat back, lengthening the spine. Exhale, bring your palms down, step it back, okay, to a plank, and then lower down.
This is called taking your vinyasa. With your inhale, your version of cobra or up dog. And with your exhale, tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, open the mouth, let it go. Let's bring your feet together at the back of the mat. And with your inhale, lift your right leg up high. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. And with your inhale, knee to nose, swing that foot between your hands. And let's spin that back foot flat. So your heel is probably in the middle of that ankle, the back, so you can see the straight line. With your inhale, rise up to warrior one. Okay. And again, any of these warrior arms you can do, especially warrior one, you can take hands together, Ashtanga style, okay, hands apart, trident arms. And if you really want to open your heart some more, you can even interlace your fingers behind your back, okay? Warrior one. Breathing in, breathing out. Back leg should be very straight. You should feel the weight mostly on the outer edge of that back foot, okay? Weight is evenly distributed on that right foot. Knee should be about in the middle of that right foot, okay? Warrior one. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, open wide to warrior two. Shoulders drawn away from your ears. You're drawing those shoulder blades down. Gaze should be over that middle finger, that front middle finger. You want to check your alignment for that back arm. Same thing. Gaze, right? It's in the middle. Your arm should be like in a T. Your legs should not have moved. Now, if you need to adjust the distance, that's no problem. But generally, from warrior one to warrior two, those legs don't move. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. With your inhale, flip your palm up, reverse it back into peaceful warrior. And you can keep your arm up in the sky. You can bend that upper arm. Or if you'd like to take a half bind, take that left arm and just wrap it around your waist, almost like you're giving yourself a nice little hug. It's Valentine's Day. Why not? Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Inhale. Maybe a little bit lower. Exhale. One more biggest breath in, fill up your lungs. And then exhale, straighten that right arm. Move that back arm. Let it meet your right arm. And we're going to spin and twist that back foot, that left foot. So we're in Crescent Lunge. Now, if you need to adjust, if that feels too far for me, it felt far, so I had to kind of adjust. Just adjust, okay? All we did was spin and took that foot. That foot that used to be here is now we're on our toes, okay? Crescent Lunge. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Drawing those shoulder blades down, pulling that belly in. Take a deep breath in. Maybe you take a slight back bend. Really opening your heart. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, swing the arms down. Interlace your fingers if you can. If not, just bring them back onto your hips. Maybe roll those shoulder blades down just for a nice chest stretch. And then exhale, release your palms down. Slide that right foot back. And then bring your knees to the ground so that you're just in a nice position to go into child's pose. If you'd like to take child's pose at this time, you can. How are we feeling? How are we doing? We're doing good. We're doing good. Let's see. All right. Oh, sorry. Okay, we had Nicole is still healing from her injury, so we will catch up with her a little later. And all right, let's get to it. We're on our knees, right? If you're in child's pose, you got a long break, okay? So we're on our knees, and what we're going to do from here, we're going to take side plank or Shavasana, and if you'd like to take gate, you can take gate. So what we're going to do from here is we're going to take our right hand and place it in the middle of the mat, okay? Remember those tree frog fingers? They come in handy now, okay? And you're gonna take your right knee so that it's in line with that right arm, okay? So in your wrist, there should be a straight line from your wrist to your shoulders. So that's where you need to be, whether you're gonna do gate or Vashisthasana, okay? All right. So with gate, right, you've got that right knee in line with the right hand. We're just gonna swing ourselves, right? So that basically the heel of our hand is facing the edge of our right knee, okay? With our left knee, with our left knee, we're gonna extend it so that the inside of that left foot is laying on the mat, okay? So kind of have like a nice little V. I'm gonna wanna push my hips forward so that I'm still in that straight line. You know, yoga, a lot of it is about alignment. We use blocks, we use tools like blocks and straps and different things like that, and we do modifications so that we can maintain our alignment, right? It does me no good to try to go into full Vashisthasana if I lose the line, right? So gate pose is a nice line. You can stay here, put your hand on your hip, be cute. You can lift your left hand up to the sky, so you have one long line here, right? Or if you'd like to make that line with your leg, like side angle, you can do that too, okay? So those who feel comfortable in gate and want to stay there, feel free. Those of us who want to go into a side plank, you guys have done this, I'm sure, in your fitness regimes. You guys are all fit ladies. You can do in yoga, we call it Vashisthasana, but it's a side plank. Same thing, tree frog fingers, right? Into the middle of the mat, right? And I really need this arm to be strong because I'm gonna have to bear the weight of my body, right? So instead of doing gate where I have that knee support, I'm gonna take that knee away, okay? And I'm gonna be on the outer edge of my right leg, and I'm gonna stack my feet on top, or you can do one in front of or behind, right? But I'm gonna stack mine on top. And again, I wanna bring my hips forward into one straight line, and then I raise my arm. Not allowing that hip to sink. It wants to. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Big breath in, big breath out. I'm shaking, y'all. One more biggest breath in, fill up. And then exhale, bring that palm down. Gators, come to a plank with us. And we're going to take a vinyasa, high to low, okay? So, high plank to low plank, up dog or cobra, to downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, open the mouth, let it go. How we doing, y'all? You doing good? I see y'all. Y'all made it to down dogs. That means good news. Good news. Awesome. Awesome work. All right, so you know we have to do the other side, okay? So let's take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Bring your feet together at the back of the mat, and with your inhale, lift your left leg up high. Exhale, knee to nose, swing it through between the hands, spinning that back foot flat. Remember that heel to arch alignment, okay? With your inhale, rise up. Warrior one on the other side. All right, so I'm gonna turn around so you can see me, all right? Any arm motion that you want, okay? Warrior one, belly in, knee is tracking towards that baby toe. Exhale, open wide to warrior two. With your inhale, flip your palm up, take it back to peaceful warrior. You know you can bind if you like. And then we'll bring that arm straight up in the air. We're gonna spin this back leg so we're on our toes. Have that right arm meet it. Crescent lunge. Any arms you want, okay? And remember, you can move that back foot, give you a little bit more stability, okay? You can go a little bit lower if you need more of a challenge. And if you really want to open your heart, swing those arms back, interlace your fingers, roll your shoulders back, and maybe lift your head to the sky. Taking a deep breath in, exhale it out. Breathing in, exhaling it out. One more biggest breath in, fill up. And then exhale, release your arms down. Slide that left foot back. And then drop your knees to go into your version of side plank, right? So you can go into gate. Remember what gate looks like, right? Your hand is in the center of your mat. Your left hand, that is, right? Wrist to shoulder alignment, you're very strong. You're gonna take that left knee now so that it aligns with that heel of your hand. And you're just gonna spin, right? So that you're kind of having your heel of your hand kind of facing the left side of that left knee, and then you'll extend the right leg out, okay? Bringing that pelvis forward so that you're in a nice straight line. This is gate, okay? Gate, gate, right? Vashisthasana. You know, and one side is going to feel differently than the other, I can promise you that, right? But Vashisthasana, I would advise kind of sticking with the one that feels most comfortable for you, right? But same thing, same hand motion. So you notice we're still getting a nice stretch of the side body, whether you're doing a gate or Vashisthasana, right? It's just that one requires a bit more strength, right? You don't have that knee for your support, okay? You decide. And if you're here and this is easy, you can always do scissors or tree by lifting that right leg up in the sky. You get scissors, or you can go into tree pose from here. Breathing in, breathing out. Shaky, shaky. One more biggest breath in. Exhale, release that hand down and take your vinyasa. High push up to low or all the way down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, open the mouth, let it go. Inhale. And then slowly, slowly exhale. One more biggest breath in. And then exhale. Bring your gaze to the top of the mat. Step or jump to meet your hands. And with your inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Okay. Now with your inhale, we're going to come up to standing again. So vertebra by vertebra. All the way up to standing. Woo! Never felt so good about standing. How are you guys doing? Going good? Can I see some thumbs? How we feeling? All right, let's do this. All right, now, I had mentioned things like blocks and straps. You don't have to have blocks or straps. What they do, they're tools that help you get closer to the ground. It's just security tools. So if you're doing a down dog, you can have blocks and you don't have as far to go, right? If you don't have a block, you can use a heavy book. Awesome, awesome, Sonia. That's what I'm loving. We're about to stretch it out some more. All right. If you don't have straps or a strap, you do have a belt, right? I don't know about y'all. I used to get some long belt collections. Now in COVID, it just doesn't matter anymore, but any belt will do, right? Something preferably that's pretty strong. But we're gonna do a balancing pose. I think we've done like tree before. I know we've done dancer before and eagle. And we may have done hand to big toe pose, but that's what we're gonna test today. I'm gonna show you the starter version of like a hand to big toe pose. And you know, also you can use something that's heavy, you know, as a security as well. Like walls help too when you're having trouble with balancing. So we're gonna do hand to big toe pose. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna put your weight into your left foot. And with all balancing postures, what we try to do is find our drishti. It's a gaze point. It's a point that's ahead that you focus on so that all the noise, all the chatter, even my voice may get drowned out by you centering into that point, right? You find a point straight ahead on the wall. And then you bring your weight into one foot. Now, I always talk about the headlights in your hips. like you don't want them to be off center because that means you're gonna kind of tend to fall one way or the other. So see if you can center your hips, right? Keeping your hips square, bringing the weight into your left foot, and let's just lift our knee, okay? This is what we're gonna do. Just lift our knee. Maybe you interlace your fingers, right? I'm a little wobbly. I have a fallen arch, so it's always wobbly, and I have to really, really focus on that drishti to keep it. But maybe you're here, okay? This is the forward stretch that we're gonna take. I'll show you the other one with the strap in a second, okay? And then we're gonna take a side stretch. It's almost like tree, except for you're holding it. So I tend to like to put my hand on my hip, or it just reminds me to keep my hips straight. But we'll be here, okay? And if your foot is like, no, I'm not doing that, then just seriously take tree, right? You can even take the kind of tree with kickstand, okay? But hand to big toe pose, and I'm gonna show you because I'm talking a lot, and I know I'll probably shake a lot, is when you take, and I guess I should show you the strap. You take your hand to big toe. That's what it is, right? Like, and with the strap, it's just a leg extension. So you remember I was holding my knee. Now I'm extending it. Okay, so that's forward, and that's the side. I have the security of this lamp and the strap that's helping me. Maybe you're here, and that's okay, okay? Or maybe you took the first option. That's why we have options, right? So that you can do what is good for you. So you can do it that way. If you don't need the strap, okay, you're like, you know what, I get this, whatever, I'll do my own thing, then just grab your big toe. So you take your peace fingers, get your weight evenly distributed right across these hips, and then find your balance. And I tend to find the balance first in that foot before I do something with the other foot, right? You'll feel it a lot in the calves, but maybe you take your peace fingers and you extend. And you extend. I'm about to take out this lamp, okay? So you do your version of that, and remember to breathe. We're just gonna do it just for a couple of breaths. Like in Ashtanga style yoga, they hold it for like 5 breaths. We're not doing that here today, okay? We're just gonna try it. It's just something to give us something to practice, right? So if you've been trying it, because I walk away and then I come back, but if you've been trying it on your right leg, see if you can switch to your left. Right? And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I see you, Nikki, you're looking good, girl. It doesn't matter if your knee is bent, okay? You might start there because you have tight hamstrings, right? Your hamstrings may be preventing you from getting that full extension, and that's okay. And the thing is that, you know, blocks and straps are your friend. I promise you that. Let me see if I find myself some more security, okay? Blocks and straps are your friend. So if you have a strap, all it does is give you more length, right? All it does is give you more length. So maybe you're here to start with, right? I think I can feel confident of doing this on one foot like this. Okay, but maybe you're here to start with. Maybe your leg just goes here, and that's okay too, okay? But you'll start feeling the strength in your quads grow. And then the more that you can make that extension, right, then you'll feel kind of the mobility opening up in your hamstrings, okay? It's funny, I was practicing this early this morning, and I realized, you know, we all have to follow what our body says. Because typically, when you go off to the side like this, yogis will tell you, oh, once you have your leg to the side, look away. When I started looking away, I started falling. So I said, okay, I'm not looking away today. It's not happening, okay? So you have to listen to your body and what it's telling you to do. But start here. Maybe you go here. Maybe you use the strap to give you some more security. You know, and really it's kind of security and confidence, plus you have that tension, right? So my foot, it's not going nowhere. I got the wall and the strap, so I know I can extend here, okay? But you know, you have to decide what feels comfortable to you. But it gives you something. That's the beautiful thing about yoga, is that you always have something to ladder up to, okay? All right. Did everybody get a chance to do both sides? If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you did not, we'll stay a little bit longer. It's a beautiful time to get water too. All right, I'm seeing thumbs up. All right, cool. Awesome work. Hand to big toe pose, okay? It's something like Padangustasana or something like that, okay? But hand to big toe pose, all right? So let's all come to mountain. And with your inhale, extend your arms up high. Exhale, swan dive it forward. With your inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. And then exhale, bring your palms down, step it back, and take your vinyasa. Okay, high to low. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. Let's all take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Bring your feet together at the back of the mat, and with your inhale, lift your right leg up high. Exhale, knee to nose, swing it through between your hands, spinning that back foot flat. Turn this way so you can see me. And with your inhale, we're gonna cartwheel your hands into warrior two. Aha, skipped it, skip warrior one, warrior two. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. With your inhale, flip the palm up, reverse it back into peaceful warrior. With your inhale, straighten that front leg and release your arms to a T. About ready for Trikonasana, y'all. Triangle pose, right? So check your feet, get to your distance that's comfortable. So maybe that's further apart. Maybe it's closer together, right? Gaze is over that middle finger, belly is in, tailbone's tucked. We're gonna start extending, 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 extending until you can't anymore. And then release your hands down, okay? Remember that alignment, right? Where is that booty? If it needs to come forward, draw that right hip forward, okay? Notice I said right hip, right? That left hip is pretty solid, right? Just based on the strength of that back foot. But that right hip is the one that wants to back up like this. Okay, see if you can draw it forward. That might mean that your hand has to come up higher, and that's okay. I would rather see you here than to see you here, right? Alignment is an important thing. Once you feel secure, that's when you can start doing weird things with your head, start looking up at your hand. But when you start turning your head away, notice I even started shaking a little bit. It's a little uneasy. Whereas here, you can kind of feel a little bit more steady. Continuing to breathe. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. And let's come back up, bending that front knee into warrior two. And if you need a block, I typically suggest it, but if you need a block, see if you can find that block or that book or whatever thing you need to bring you closer to the ground. We're going to go into half moon. Some of you guys who've been with here before know what half moon is, but for those of you who do not, the block is your friend. You can use it at any level, right? So obviously, the taller you have it, the less distance you have to go to the ground. Or you can lay it flat. But again, this is just a security blanket, right? You don't have to have it. It just gives you like less distance to go to the ground. So with half moon, okay, so note that I didn't move my legs, okay? But I'm going to. I want all the weight in your front foot. So bring all the way into your front foot, maybe into your heels to start, right? If you're using a block, let's just say you are. I'm gonna go middle. Then bring all your weight into your right foot. Notice that I'm kind of gripping this quad. It just kind of helps me to get a little bit more momentum. I'm literally going to push off, right? This left foot has not left the ground, but I am going to push off. When you push off, you extend that left foot up in the sky, okay? Right? It feels different than that hand to big toe pose because it's not forward, it's not really to the side, but you're still open, okay? And the way that you get kind of the heart opening here is by turning your body forward. Okay, you see? Maybe slowly forward. And then when you feel confident enough, let go of that hip. So you have almost a T. Okay, and it's just gonna depend on how long your arms are, Whether you're going to be in a really good T, you take a little bit longer arms. I got pretty long arms, but I'm still not in full T. Okay? That left foot is flexed. Taking a deep breath in, deep breath out. Note I said this is my security. I'm shaking, but I probably would fall on now if I didn't have it. If you're able to, and you want to, I'm not going to, but you can release that right hand and float. Okay? It requires a lot of balance and strength, but if you're at that level of fitness, you can do that too. And then whenever you're ready, slowly bend that front knee and then come back into your warrior two. How are we feeling? I know it's some work. All right. We're good, we're good, we're good. Awesome. All right. From warrior two, okay? We're going to turn our bodies. We're going to release our hands down by our side. We're going to turn to the front of the mat, okay? We're going to decrease the distance of our feet so that maybe we're about 2 feet apart, okay? That front right foot is forward, and that left foot is still kind of northwest, right? Like how it was for warrior one. But our legs are going to be straight, and we're going to shift our hips so that both hip bones are facing forward to the top of our mat. You can either grab your hips, okay? You can do prayer hands, backward prayer hands. You can interlace your fingers and roll your shoulders back. We're going to take humble warrior, okay? So let's take a slight back bend, drawing that left hip forward just a little bit. And then on your exhale, we're just going to come forward, keeping that front leg straight and very strong, okay? Allowing your head to hang, but remember your head and your neck, they're an extension of your spine, right? So you don't want to lift your head up looking around. You just want to kind of keep that nice straight line, drawing the belly in. It wants to sit on that thigh. Don't let it. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, release your hands down. Taking that right foot back and take your vinyasa, okay? And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, open the mouth, let it go. Okay, and we have to do this on the other side. So let's bring our feet together at the back of the mat. And with your inhale, lift your left leg up high. Exhale, knee to nose, switch side. Swing it through between those hands. And with your inhale, rise up to warrior one on the other side. Exhale, open wide to warrior two. With your inhale, flip your palm up, take it back, peaceful warrior. Straighten that left leg. Bring our arms to the T, and you got it, Trikonasana on the other side. So extend, 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 extend. Keeping those arms straight, extend until you can't anymore. And then tilt, and then shift that now left hip forward, okay? With the hands, you can have, some people like to do this, or you might want to rest it as long as you're not pushing down on your shin, okay? Just see what you can do to make sure that your body is facing forward, right? That's how you get that heart opening, okay? Breathing in, breathing out. And for anybody who might be hypermobile, see if you can keep that leg straight, right? We don't want the leg to go in. I felt mine wanting to. So see if you can keep that leg very, very straight. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale. Come back to warrior two. Bending that left knee. Find your block. Find your security blanket if you need it. I'm going to see what I can do without it, but feel free to take it with you, right? And we're going to do half moon on the other side. So remember, all that weight into that front foot, finding your block or the mat, maybe tented fingers, okay? And then you, with momentum, push that right leg up, okay? Maybe your leg is straight, maybe it's a little bent, it doesn't matter, okay? The idea here is just that you get that leg up off the ground, okay? And then whenever you're ready, if you're ready, you can always open wide, extending that right arm up to the sky. Take a deep breath in. And then on your exhale, bend that front knee. Slowly, slowly come back to warrior two. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, release your arms. And this time, remember, we're going to spin towards the front of the mat, straightening that front leg, maybe decreasing the distance a bit so we only have about a couple of feet, right? Hands to hips or prayer, backwards prayer, or you can interlace your fingers, right? We're going to take humble warrior. Roll the shoulders back, and your gaze up towards the ceiling. And then on your exhale, slowly, slowly, slowly come forward. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Huge breath in. Exhale it out. One more, biggest breath in. And then release your hands down. Slide that left foot back. You got it. Take your vinyasa. And then we will end in downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, open the mouth, let it go. And let's now scooch our feet back so that we're sliding into a plank. And then just on a count of just 3 breaths, just slowly bend your elbows, bringing them tight into your rib cage. Come all the way down to the mat. Awesome work. Awesome work. Let's slide your hands down, palms facing down, and find your favorite cheek and lay it on the mat. That might feel really good. Just to get a moment of rest for a second. And then whatever cheek you did not give love, turn and give the other cheek some love. Probably feels really good. I bet you Tony's, if you're in that cold, chilly basement, I bet you it feels really, really nice to have that cool ground on your mat. I always look forward to this part. And then let's fall. Allow ourselves to come into Sphinx pose, okay? Just really quickly. We're gonna bring our forearms down to the mat, okay? Elbows are close into our rib cage. Our arms are a little bit wider than hip width distance apart. And then we're gonna spread our legs wide too. It kind of helps for people who have any low back issues to spread your legs apart and just allow yourself to get a nice stretch here, right? So you're really pushing the mat away with your forearms, okay? Still drawing your shoulder blades down. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale it out. Let's take bow. We won't do Shavasana. We'll just do bow pose for now. So let's zip our feet together. And again, if you have low back issues, you may want to keep them apart. But all we're going to do now, okay, you can have your arms wherever you'd like just for now. Just bend your legs. Okay, we can all bend our legs. Now, what we may not be able to do, your mobility may or may not allow you to grab your ankles or your arches or your toes. And again, this is where our friend, the straps come in handy, right? Because if I wrap this around my foot, I can now pull it where I want, okay? And even if, let's say, your leg only wants to go here, you have less distance to go. You see how this is a nice tool? You can grab it around one foot, you can grab it around both, okay? But what we're gonna do is we're gonna take bow. So you either grab your somewhere on your foot, okay? Or you wrap the belt or the strap around both feet so that you have now nice and taut, okay? And all we're gonna do is we're gonna lift our torso up while lifting our knees up, okay? And you don't have to go super high. Some people have the mobility to be able to go even higher. But just stay here for just a few breaths. So let's take a deep breath in. You probably feel this in your glutes. You certainly feel this in your shoulders, and it's certainly a heart opener. Exhale it out. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. One more biggest breath in, maybe push a little higher. And then exhale it all out. And then release. Oh, wasn't that nice? Okay, so with all of that, let's just come back into child's pose just for a second, just for a nice counter pose for all of that back bending. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. One more biggest breath in. Exhale it out. Awesome, awesome work. How are we doing? Good, good, good. Awesome. Okay. From child's pose, let's just come to a seat, okay? So we did bow. I'd like first to do Shavasana, okay? I always try to find some kind of way to get abs into the picture. And I'm looking at the time. I want to make sure that we have time to get to some more last fun heart openers before the end. And if you guys, if we go over and you have to leave at 1:15, sometimes I tend to go over, you feel free to go, okay? The only thing that's sad about it is that you might miss Shavasana, but feel free to go whenever you need to. But let's go to boat. And we're almost there, okay? So with boat, you're gonna take the soles of your feet to the mat, all right? You're probably about a foot away. Your heels are about a foot away from your bottom, okay? You're gonna grab the back of your hamstrings, right? And you're gonna literally just lift your feet up off the floor. This is a fine boat pose, okay? Maybe we're here, okay? You're scooping your abs, okay? You're holding onto your hamstrings. Your hamstrings are more security, not that you're holding and lugging your hamstrings, okay? Maybe you lift your legs up, okay? And if you need to hold somewhere else other than your hamstrings, you can, as long as you don't hold your knees, okay? If you want and you feel comfortable, lift your arms up, okay? Just remember to breathe, scoop your abs, okay? Scooping your abs, bringing your shoulders down, taking a deep breath in, and then release down into your cross-legged pose, okay? So pick your version of boat pose, and we'll just do it one time, okay? And typically when we've come out of that pose, we do something called Lolasana. I'm not strong enough to lift my legs, but if you are, it's really just pulling up off of your bottom, like pushing the mat away, pulling up off your bottom. And then if you're able to lift your feet, then that's Lolasana, okay? I typically just do a second one, right? So pick your version of boat, okay? And we'll just stay there for just 1 or 2 breaths. And I'm gonna see how you guys are doing. Oh, Teresa, that's a beautiful extension. Nikki, I can only see your toes, but I can see you're extending. It looks good. Yana, I see you, girl. I see you. Just remember to breathe. You know, yoga's fun. It's like you get to be a kid again. You guys are doing great work. You know, like I said, you know, just wherever you find yourself, where it's easy, see if you can push yourself to the next level, right? Whatever is that next level for you, all right? Once you're done with your Shavasana, okay, I'd like for you to lower the soles of your feet to the mat, and we're gonna have fun with bridge or wheel. I'd like for all of us to take a bridge, and then we'll, if you go into a full back bend, this is your opportunity to do it. And then we'll do a couple of heart openers through Pigeon and Mermaid, and then we will be closing out, okay? So we're almost there. All right, so we were here from Shavasana, right? Let's lower the soles of your feet down, grab the back of your hamstrings, maybe slide a little closer, And then just literally lower yourself down to the mat, okay? So with bridge, I'm sure all of you guys know bridge from your different formats of exercise that you do. But let's see if you can reach your fingertips to touch your heels, right? That's about the distance you want. Okay, palms are facing down on the mat. And we all have kind of a natural curvature of our spine. Let's see if you can flatten your back onto the mat so that it means that your pelvis is coming toward your face. And you just literally peel yourself off the mat to go to bridge. Your knees should be about hip width distance apart. You don't want to do any of this, okay? And just see if you can raise your back just a little bit higher. Sometimes, if we don't feel like we had that kind of mobility, use your block as a tool, right? On different heights to help you, right? So now, this is more like of a restorative bridge, to be honest with you. There's different kind of restorative yoga props, but you can do this, right? If you want to go a little higher, you can do it higher. I don't think mine's going to let me. I don't go that high, but you can do it at different heights. Okay, let's all remember to breathe. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. And then one more biggest breath in. Pushing that mat away through your heels. You probably feel a lot of burden here. And then exhale slowly, slowly, slowly lower down. And let's give your knees a big, big hug. Maybe rock from side to side, okay? That's going to be your counter pose for bridge or wheel. For wheel, I know Yana does wheel. Does anybody else know how to do wheel or want to know how to do wheel? I'm going to show you. I don't see any hands. So any of you guys who don't want to do wheel, this second time, just take bridge. Okay, Sonia. All right, I will go through the instruction, okay? Wheel is fun, but it's interesting. We all have different levels of mobility of our spine, right? What I learned actually through some yoga classes is that my low back is actually pretty stiff, but my thoracic spine is pretty flexible, which allows me to do it, okay? But the thing about wheel is that you have to have both leg and arm strength. So, we push the mat away. All of those vinyasas gets our arms very strong. We're doing lots of push-ups, okay? And then the bridges allow you to lift up the bottom. With wheel, you're doing both, okay? So we start off generally with bridge so that we can make sure we can lift the heaviest parts, right? But with the arm strength, you're taking your arms, and all of us may have tried this thing when we were younger, but we had little teensy selves, right? So you're going to take the palms of your hands and you're going to have them kind of facing away so that your fingertips are pointing at your shoulders, right? So that you have a nice strong platform here, right? Remember I talked about those tree frog fingers and how strong they have to be? Well, this is the moment you've been waiting for that, okay? You don't want your elbows splaying out. You want them in, okay? And then pushing the mat away, you're going to have equal parts pushing from your feet, right, from that bridge action, and your arms. So you're doing almost like a little backwards push-up, okay? So whenever you're ready, you take a deep breath in, and then pushing the mat away, you come into a wheel, okay? And you can do variations of that. You can lift one foot up in the air or the other, okay? So I'd like to see you choose either bridge or wheel. I'm going to see how you're doing on this one because this one's tricky. Go, Yana. I see you, girl. I see you got your wheel. It's nice. It is really nice. Just remember that when you're in wheel 2, guys, to breathe, right? You can still breathe. Holding your breath is never a good thing. Okay. And if you're bridging, I see you, Lisa. That's a beautiful bridge. I see you, Nikki. I see you lifting up. I love it. Awesome work, guys. And whenever you're ready, just lower yourself down, whether you're in bridge or wheel, just slowly, slowly, slowly lower yourself all the way down. Awesome work. Okay. So you guys know I like to do the most sometimes, right? After you lower down, give yourself a big hug, right? Grabbing your knees, rolling from side to side. And then you're going to take one foot, cross it over the other, really more like at your shins. You're going to grab the outer edges of your feet and indulge me. And if you don't want to, you can always go straight into down dog, okay? But this is kind of fun. Just kind of rock like a ball, right? Just rock, get yourself some momentum so that you can take your vinyasa from here. It's a nice transition, okay? Palms down, jump back, and then take your vinyasa. And then we meet in downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. Let's bring your feet together at the back of the mat. And with your inhale, lift your right leg up high. Exhale, knee to nose, swing it through into pigeon. Okay? So pigeon, I'm going to turn around so you can see my legs. Okay. Some people like to think that they have to do a parallel pigeon. You don't have to do that, right? Pigeon is just that front knee being bent. Mine actually looks more like a check mark, okay? But the key to this is actually to remember the hips. I want to make sure that my hips are kind of onto the mat, right? They're trying to be on the mat. These little headlights should be even. And if they're not, remember our friends, the block, you can even put a blanket if it's too high, but you put something underneath that right hind parts to make it even so that you're evenly set onto the mat, okay? With your hands, tree frog fingers, you're gonna slide them towards your hips, pushing the mat away. Just take a slight back bend, toenails are down, everything's down. And then exhale, crawl your fingers forward until your head reaches the mat, okay? You can extend your arms long, it's a nice stretch. Or if you'd like to make a pillow out of your hands, you can do that too. And we're slowing down now, y'all. You guys should be able to feel good about giving yourself a moment of self-care, right? Pigeon is definitely one of those grounding postures that kind of get you back into slowing down a bit. Just take a deep breath in and exhale it out. Inhale. Exhale. All out. And then on your next inhalation, let's just crawl our hands back towards our hips, okay? And I'd like for you to consider taking mermaid. I'm going to show you a mermaid variation, and then I'll show you mermaid, okay? So the front foot or leg does not change, okay? We're going to take the back leg, and literally we're just going to bend it towards the right arch, okay? If this is your mermaid, you're still getting a lot out of it. If you can sit down, you'll get even more, but be careful. You know your body, right? If this is too much, don't do it, okay? Grab your left foot with your left hand and extend your right arm over, okay? So you get a nice stretch on the right side body, okay? You can stay there, or if you'd like a little more, what you're going to do, instead of just keeping this left leg on the ground, okay, you're going to actually move it. So for pigeon, this is where we were. You're literally just going to bend that foot, find it with that left hand. Maybe you stay here, and this is your mermaid, okay? Or if you'd like to, if you have the ability to bring that foot into the cradle of your arm, maybe you're here. Or maybe you grab, okay? If you grab, then you have your mermaid pose. Now, if you have the flexibility and want to grab your toe with two hands, I don't have that, but you would grab it this way, okay? A strap can also help you get there, right? By taking that strap around this foot and then grabbing it with both hands, you can get there that way, okay? And then just release wherever you are. We're here. Is that pretty? That's a nice little pretty pose, right? And release down, okay? Let's bring your hands down and we can go straight into down dog, or you can take a vinyasa, okay? So you can go straight into down dog, or take a quick vinyasa, okay? Bring your feet together at the back of the mat. And then with your inhale, lift your left leg up high. Knee to nose, swing it through into pigeon on the other side, okay? We're gonna do exactly the same thing, but on the other side, okay? So let's slide our hands back, right? Pushing the mat away, take a slight back bend. And then exhale, extend your arms out, allowing your forehead to touch the mat. And again, you can create a pillow with your hands if you'd like. Yogi's choice. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Big breath in. Biggest breath out. And then on your next inhale, let's come back up, okay? And you know your version of mermaid, right? So again, you can bend that knee, grab that foot, give yourself a nice stretch. You can feel it down your side body. Or from pigeon, bend that knee, grab the inside. I think some people may grab the outside. I don't know, it feels a little awkward for me, but okay, grab that foot or bring it into the cradle of your arm. And then take mermaid, okay? Take your version of mermaid. Beautiful. Look at you guys. I think mermaid is such a pretty pose. You guys look so pretty. So lovely. Okay. Awesome work. Awesome work. All right. Okay. Wherever you are in your version of mermaid, just release your hands down, okay? And let's just do one last vinyasa for me. So high to low, upward facing dog, downward facing dog, okay? And then from here, you're gonna bend your knees, cross your feet. So take your right foot to the left side, left foot to the right, and then come to a seat, okay? Bring the soles of your feet down onto the mat, scoot your bottom closer, grab the back of your hamstrings, and then slowly lower down to the mat, okay? Your knees are still up in the sky, your soles of your feet are still down on the mat, okay? We're gonna take our right leg, okay? And we're just gonna take it over top of the left so that we have kind of a little figure four. And we're gonna thread the needle, okay? Bringing that right hand through the hole, grabbing below the knee, interlacing your fingers and just giving it a nice tug. You'll feel a nice release in your hips there, okay? And then we're gonna switch legs, okay? This time we're gonna take our left over right, okay? So our ankle to right below our knee, okay? Thread the needle, interlace your fingers underneath your knee, not on it, okay? And if you want a bigger stretch, you can start maybe pulling that, that left knee away from you. You'll feel even a deeper stretch in your hips, okay? Just draw yourself as close as you can get. And then release, okay? And now extend both legs long just for a moment. And then we're gonna take our right knee, interlace our fingers around it, and guide that right knee towards our right shoulder. And now Moving the right hand, take the left hand on the outside of the right knee and guide it over towards the left. Okay? So you can have a nice little twist. Extend your right arm out to a T, palms facing up, gazes over your right palm. Continuing to breathe. It's probably slowed a bit, and it's okay if it isn't victorious. Let's come back to center. We're going to switch legs, right? So extend both legs long. And now draw that left knee towards your left shoulder. Interlacing your fingers, giving that a little tug. And then now take the right hand on the outside of the left knee, guide it over towards the right, and then extend that left arm out to a T. Gazes over your left arm. Palms up. And let's come back to center. And let's just take your version of happy baby, right? So some people like to do one-legged, two-legged. It's up to you, right? Just take your version of happy baby. You can grab inside or outside of your arch, right? So either inside or out. And just rock from side to side. I think I told some of you guys about the whole Peter Pan thing with Pilates. If you do that, it's kind of fun too. You grab peace fingers around big toes, extend one leg and then the other. Whatever little final movements that you need, feel free to take it. And then let's come to stillness. Let's bring the soles of your feet together and lower down into butterfly. Oh, did you hear that creak? Lower down into butterfly. Bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Let's close your eyes. The breath should be almost back to normal, if not back to normal by now. And then whenever you're ready, just extend one leg, followed by the other. And release your arms down, palms facing up. If you want to open your heart even more, just tuck your shoulder blades underneath you. With your eyes closed, thanking your body and entering into Shavasana. And slowly begin wiggling your toes. Maybe rolling your ankles around in little circles. Wiggling your fingers and wrists around, giving some motion to your feet and hands. And then slowly extend your arms up overhead, just allowing your body to have a nice long stretch from your toes all the way to your fingertips. If you want a deeper stretch, you can interlace your fingers and you get a longer, deeper stretch. And then slowly release your arms down by your side. Bending your knees, roll over to your favorite side. Cradle your head. Just taking a moment. Allow yourself one more moment of self-care before you transition back into the world. And then slowly, with your eyes closed, join me in your most comfortable seated position. Let's all bring our hands to our heart center. I'd like to thank all of you ladies for taking time out of your day to trust me in guiding you through this practice. Until our hearts will meet again. Namaste. You guys did so awesome. Aren't you glad you gave yourself this gift? You can unmute so I can hear your lovely voices.
Tony, can we do goddess right quick while we're recording?
All you have to do is ask. That I forgot. That's right. That's you like doing the goddess. So we do goddess pose. It's kind of like a first step to Lolasana and a first step to crow. And so I kind of made this little 10-step version. It's really my way of forcing you into an isometric a little bit longer than you want to be. So goddess pose, the 10-step goddess pose, right? Take your feet apart. And you can do it at your distance. It doesn't matter, right? Just allow yourself to sink into a seat, okay? We're gonna do 10 steps. So let's see if I can remember my 10 steps. Teresa, you gotta keep me honest, right? 1, hands on your backside. 2, Wonder Woman. 3, Wakanda. 4, Genie. 5, goalpost. 6, celebrate. 7 and 10. 8, prayer. 9, goddess. 10, stretch. And if you really want to kind of take it easy, you can interlace your fingers and do Chelsea Jackson's hands behind the head with a cosmic head rest. And then come back to standing. Awesome.
I love it. Thank you. You know I love that.
I know you do. Awesome work, ladies. Do you guys have any questions for me?
When shall we meet again? This was so much fun.
Oh, I'm so glad. We have a fun little community. Our little community is growing. I try to do it like twice a month. And I said, you know what? If you guys are interested in doing, let's say, another Saturday or Sunday, I can do it. Just let me know. I want to do it at a time that makes sense for most people. I tried a midweek thing one day and I felt like that didn't work for everybody because people have kids and just life gets in the way. So let me know when might be a good time. Let's see, what is next week? 21st? I mean, we could come back the 21st if you want. What do you guys think?
I'm down. I'm here for it.
Yeah, we can come back the 21st. Do you like this time or do we want to go earlier? I figure the people that come all the time get to choose, right?
I like this time. Yes.
I like this time.
This works. It's a good time.
Yeah. All right. So
Yeah.
21st,
Go to church.
21st, 12 o'clock. We're back here next week.
Thank you.
Yay.
Awesome. Yes, you are so welcome. And like I said, if you have any questions, you think of it later, just let me know. Oh, I need to stop this little recording, don't I?
Yeah, stop your recording.
Mm-hmm.